It's the time in the hurricane season where we typically start to shift where we look for storm development. I'm Jeff Hoffman from the Storm Center. As you know, this is not expected to be a typical hurricane season. We're expecting lower than normal activity. Normally in the early and late part of the season, you look to the Caribbean, the Gulf, the Western Atlantic for development. Then as we move into August, September, October, it's the middle of the Atlantic and in the middle of the season where these big storms can develop off the west coast of Africa with those Cape Verde waves. Well, this year we're not going to see that happen, most likely, because of the strong El Nino. But that does not mean we can't get development here close to home. And we're going to have to watch in the coming days for something to potentially spin up because of a stalled front and an upper level trough of low pressure developing. The jet stream is unusually far to the south. By the way, we do have tropical waves moving across into the Caribbean, but they're falling apart, being ripped apart by high wind shear and dry air off the west coast of Africa. Water temperatures out here still a little cool as well, but they are very warm in the Gulf and the Western Atlantic. Look at the moisture. This is future track moisture, and look at the stalled front. All right, it's going to bring some beneficial rain to parts of the state, and there's even evidence of some rotation or some spin developing here with an area of low pressure as we move into early next week just east of the peninsula. Here's the wind shear, and it is going to be low, relatively low, so something, if it were to develop, would not be impacted by that. But let's look for areas of spin. We have one possibly showing up here in the Gulf, but it's the one here east of Florida over the warm waters of the Gulf Stream that I'm a little more concerned about early next week for possible development. Chances are very low at this time, and it would likely move away from Florida. No storms officially over the next 5 days, but hey, some beneficial rain could be on the way for central and north Florida in the next 5 days.